Hello. I wanted to make a video on building guitars. This is for you if you've been thinking of building a guitar but haven't gotten around to it yet. But this is also for you if you're looking into buying a new one but can't find any budget friendly options among the overpriced ones out there, or you just have a lot of free time on your hands. Disclaimer: I didn't really have much woodworking experience before this. I didn't really have that much guitar knowledge either. But I just want to show that this is something that anyone can do. This is what the guitar looks like, not fitting in screen. That's better. Last year in December, I was complaining about my guitar to a friend. It was a local, relatively cheap one. I jokingly said to her, maybe I should build my own guitar. But then I started looking into how I would actually go about doing that. Like a lot of people, I just love the Rhodes. It looks fantastic and it's a metal player's dream. But the price can get pretty high. So I went on eBay and I found a complete set of electronics for a Les Paul for about $50. I estimated that I could maybe find the right set with the right pickups I wanted. And along with the wood and some power tools, it should cost me about 150. I also watched some videos online. I've linked a few of them in the description if you're interested. They look fun, and since I'm a high schooler, I had a lot of free time on my hands. So I bought the electronics and the wood and also decided to get a ready-made guitar neck. I'd also recommend that you get a pre-made one since a neck can be very complicated to make and very easy to mess up. Overall, the process was very straightforward. I downloaded some basic dimensions, including the scale length, nut length, etc. I'd also recommend that you have an actual guitar with you for reference. Having a guitar can make measuring some distances, like the distance between the fretboard to the bridge, quite easy since these distances remain the same for most guitars. I got a Floyd Rose tremolo. Installing it wasn't too complicated, but I did make the mistake of making the cavity a bit too big. So now there's just a hole next to the bridge, but that's okay. As for the time it took, I gathered everything in April and worked on it on and off until the end of July. To be honest, I didn't spend most of the time doing complicated work. It was just me trying to get the angles right, sanding off the edges, and applying epoxy again and again, and then sanding it off because I couldn't find the right grain filler. But when I had soldered everything together, plugged it into the amp, and heard the first sound, it made my previous guitar look like absolute shit. The cost for me in the end was surprisingly only about 130. I realized that after buying the tools, which I'd only used for about 10 minutes, I could still return them. So I talked to the sellers and they were okay with that. I'm not asking you to keep returning stuff again and again, but it did reduce the cost a little. I won't sugarcoat it. Building a guitar is not for everyone. If you have tiring and long weeks, then maybe sweating on wood over the weekends will not be very fun for you, especially in the summer, which is when I started working on this. But if the cost works for you and you have a lot of free time, you will not regret this experience. Most of it was not very hard to do and did not require a lot of experience. You just need to have a lot of patience. Also, check if you have a local workshop or a builder community. I did not have one, but you might in your area. I heard that the people there can be very helpful, so do check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm not a professional, but I made a lot of mistakes in the process and I would be very happy to help. I'm thinking of making another video just about the process. So if you'd like to see that, do let me know. That's all I wanted to say for now. Bye. So that's it for now. Till next time.